Hey everybody, it's Momentary Flux. Welcome back to Factorio with Yuoki Industries. Today, we'll be making corn, doing a little farming. So to get started here, it looks like I need to get research going. What to choose on research? I think I might as well do robot cargo size. So let's get that rolling and we'll get corn going. So let's set this to corn and we'll start working our way through the process. Let me make sure that this is going to be a good spot for corn to sit. I think this will be a good spot. So let's get started here. So let's choose corn. Let's look here what this is. So this makes corn and slurry. So this is not what we want for now, but this may be important later for when we do a little bit more farming. But right now, the goal here is to get corn going in order to get lubricant, an alternate source of lubricant. Now, I already have lubricant from the petroleum refining, but I want to do things more the Yuoki way. So we are going to do this and get it rolling. So the first thing I need is a corn seed. Okay. And this is a bit of a chicken and the egg problem where you need corn to make a corn seed, but there are a couple of different ways to make corn seed. And one of the ways is to make it with dirt and some science packs. So that's the first way we're going to make it. And then there's some other ways too where you can make it in an assembler. I'm not sure where that shows up on here, but I know it shows up in the assembler. It's interesting how it doesn't show up here other than just the one. Or no, there it is. What am I talking about? It's right next to it. So we got corn seed here and corn seed here. I think the confusion comes because the icons are slightly different. I think that's why my eyes are refusing to see that these are actually the same thing. But the other way to make corn seed is to feed 20 corn into an assembler, and it will create a new seed and nature sign. So so there's a little bit of a feedback loop that we're gonna have to set up here. So let's get going on that. I'm gonna need some miners. Let me go to Yuoki Industries, and I'm gonna have to pick up some more resources. It looks like I need some orange stuff. Looks like I'm really low on I'm kind of low on steel. I can drop off some plastic. So let's get some orange stuff real quick, and let me drop off some plastic. I'll just keep one stack on me, and I think I'm just gonna run down the line here on steel on my way to orange stuff, and that's way more than enough. Okay, so let's get some orange stuff. I actually wanted to expand the orange stuff. I'm gonna do half that box there. I'm gonna keep one stack on me. Let's see here. I've got Duratol. I've got orange stuff. I have charged FC fuel cells. I've got some structural elements. I might grab some crushed Duratol. How much do I have? Let me grab some of that. I might as well grab some rich dust too. Let me just keep a stack of that on me. I think it's good just to keep some of the resources on me. My inventory is getting a bit full. I can get rid of some stuff, but I still have a few slots, so let's keep it rolling. Back up to corn. I guess the first thing to do here is to go to the energies tab and make a couple of these modified substations. I'm going to make a few of those. That'll let me do power over a big area. These are 32 by 32 grid, so they cover quite the area, and as you can see here, pretty big. All right, so I think if I put it here, that'll leave room for everything and get some good coverage. I'm going to go back through and redo all of my power with substations. I'm just not sure if I want to do that live or if I want to do that sort of offline to sort of keep it to a minimum. The amount of time it takes to do that, because that's going to take quite a while to go through and replace all the power poles. Anyway, so let's see here. We have corn. I need to get corn seed going. So now that I have the, what am I missing? Engines. I have the materials to make more special drills. I'm going to need a bunch of those too very soon. Let me keep, here, I'll just keep the 43 and I'll put that 50 stack back. I don't think we need that many engines buffering. I forgot to put a limit on that box. Okay, so let's see here. Special drills, let's make some. I've got one, but I want to get a few more just because it's going to take a few minutes to make them. So this just mines dirt. And this is an important thing for artifact mining, which I haven't got to yet, but that's we're going to be searching for alien data fragments very soon. These are those blue chunks are important for a lot of the mid to high tier items. So be getting to those soon. Let's see here. I've got, that's a Samoda. Here we go. I'm just going to make 3 of these, and then we'll just pull the dirt out. When I get 40 dirt, that will be what I need for the first seed. I already scooped up some Science Pack 2s previously, so that'll work for that. And in the meantime, what I can do is I can get the initial setup here. I'm going to need water, so I'm going to do the usual little electric pump here. Electric engine, which produces mechanical force, which turns the water pump. So there's water. Now, like I did look into like having sort of a buffer tank here, but this this process to make corn takes so long. It takes 300 time units. So there's no problem in filling up the farm with water. If I needed this to fill up faster, it would make more sense to have a buffer tank and possibly a pump. But I've got all the time I need. It definitely doesn't take 300 to fill this up, and I think that's this 600 number, or whatever it gets to is probably double what actually one requires. Yeah, it takes 500 water. That'll probably fill up to 1,000. So it's basically has its own sort of internal buffer. All right, so we're at 45 dirt. So that means we should be able to make a seed. So there's one seed. I'll wait for that to build, and we can start the corn growing. So let me drop that in there. So now the corn, this takes a long time. So while this is growing, I can put together the rest of the system. Okay. The next thing we have to do, let's see here, I'm going to need a box. I'm going to use these provider chests because I'm not sure if I'm going to need these to be transported somewhere. I'm going to make a few of these actually. So I'm going to use those just on the chance that we need to. All right, so I'm going to leave one space here. And I also need to get an assembler. And I'll put an assembler here. So this is going to make corn. Corn is going to come out into this sort of collection chest. So let me put, oh, why did that, oh man, what key, oh, okay, good. I forgot that X, sometimes I hit this on accident, X switches the top and bottom rows of your hotkeys. And I need this row of hotkeys with my inserters and stuff to be on the top row. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple inserters there, and then I'm going to need corn to come out into our agronomy. So then I need it to make corn seed. Okay, so there's corn seed, and then we're going to need some filter inserters, because there's 2 products that come out of this. So there's the corn seed, which needs to go back into the farm, and then there's the nature sign that needs to come out. And so I'm going to have another box here that collects nature signs. Okay, So this is going to be nature signs. These here. And I don't need to copy that. Let's see here. This will be corn seeds. Okay, so that should do it for that part. Let's wait and see here. This should be, it's going to take a little bit for that to go. All right, so let me think about this. So our goal here is to get to lubricant. Okay, so in order to get to lubricant, you can see that the requirement is 30 vegetable oil. So to make vegetable oil, it takes 100 corn inside of a press. Okay, and the press needs also some hydraulic pressure fluid, so mechanical force, so another electric motor. Okay, now there are other ways to do this motive force. There's some drive shafts and this kind of stuff. I think for this small scale system that we're setting up here with the one farm, that just using another small electric motor is going to meet our needs. I'm going to investigate some of that, the drive shafts and stuff later, especially when we start to scale up. But this is just going to be purely for lubricant, and it's going to be a self-contained system. So I feel comfortable just using the electric motors for now. Okay, so with that said, the next thing that is in line here is going to be a press. Now this is another one of those issues where I want an electric press here, but in order to make an electric press, I need an electric engine, which is the whole point of this exercise, is to get lube so I can make I can make an electric engine in order to make an electric press. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this up here, and I'm going to leave a little room for the electric press. Okay, so looks like the force comes here. Let me put some I'm going to feed this power poles as fuel, the little ones, because I'm not going to use those anymore. Let's switch this around. So we're going to have corn comes in, force comes in. Let me corn. And actually, I know that this is going to be a problem because I need to make sure that the seed production always has corn coming in. So if I have assemblers going here, I don't want it to pull here and stall the system. So let me make some circuit network wire. I'm just gonna make a bunch of that. I'm gonna make green wire because we're making a green system here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna link these two inserters to this box, and we're gonna set a condition that the let me move on here a sec. I want to get modules started here. Okay, so I want to set this to be where the corn, if I can find the corn, is greater than, let's say 100. So we'll always make sure that there's at least 100 corn in this box. Okay, let me copy that condition here, and I just have two inserters here because we're just sort of dealing with large numbers. Let me limit this corn box to, I think that'll be way more than enough. But this corn farm produces 500 corn at a time, so it takes a while to yank all of that stuff out. Actually, while I'm here, come to think of it, I'm going to make some of these prototype inserters, just a few, and let's do those instead, because these are much faster. These are the Yuoki ones too. I want to try to transition as much as possible to the Yuoki stuff. They look cool, they're different. So let's reapply our condition here. And that was corn, greater than 100. Okay, and copy that up. Let's make sure that's there. Everything looks good. And it looks like our first corn harvest is about to happen. Corn is getting very hairy. It looks like it's about to happen. Okay, so this thing also produces the nature signs as well as vegetable oil, and that's why I put this box here. So we're going to need a filter inserter. I don't need a fast inserter for these nature signs. They don't produce that quickly. Okay, so then I think the electric presses that are going to replace this press are, I want to say 3x3. Ooh, I can make one. How can I make one? Oh, it just takes regular engines. Oh, well, hey, let's pull that away then and just do it now. I had thought that took electric, but I'm wrong. I just didn't have some of the other resources. Interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's actually bigger than I thought. There's the electric press. My power poles were saved. My miniature power poles were saved from extinction, I guess, for the time being. All right, so let's set this to vegetable oil. And I'm running into a little bit of an issue here with the alignment of things. So let's see here. I guess I could... No. I didn't want to have to do that, but I need to think about where I need to position this a little better here. Well, if I put it like this... I could just move this inserter. Let me move this over, maybe. I don't necessarily want to go with long-handed inserters. Like if I move this over, I would have to use long-handed inserters between these, between there. I don't really want to do that. So let's see. If I do it like this, unfortunately, yeah, it looks like I'm going to kind of, at least with my current design, where I'm getting the nature signs here, I'm going to have to move that over. I do have some long-handed filter inserters, so I think that'll work. Let's just do that. I mean, I'm not sure what the speed difference is, but it's not going to probably really have any kind of tangible effect. So I'm going to go ahead and move that over. All right, so vegetable oil there. We'll have the pump coming in from the top. Give that some force, and the corn will be coming in from the side. I've got these long-handed. Now these aren't filter inserters. Well, I guess just by default they are. So I'll have to set a condition or a filter on those. No big deal. But the reason these are faster than the normal red ones, so I'm going to use these. I'm going to actually replace these two in a minute. Let's set that up for corn. But before I do that, I definitely want to wire those back up. Okay. Then there's the wire. So corn greater than 100 to leave our little seed in there. Copy that. Looks like we made new seeds and the corn is growing again. We have 386 corn left in our system. So everything's looking good. It's working so far. So we just have to finish this up. What do we need to do here? Those should be good to go. Oh, I just need to set the filters here for corn. That's the problem. And then they'll start running. Okay, so I just want to make sure that both conditions are set. The filter and the condition. All right, so now what we need is a tank to store vegetable oil. Now vegetable oil could be used in other stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and put a tank for it instead of just feeding it directly into a chemical plant. So that, yeah, the next step will be a chemical plant, and I'm going to go ahead and put it over here like so, and then we'll get some piping going from here to here and from here. Now I only have to put it in one side of this chemical plant, but I just like the look of it better going into both sides. Let's get some more green. Got a frog in my throat here. Get a little more module technology. Okay, and then this chemical plant will make lube. This will have an option to go somewhere. I'm going to aim the valve down. So we're filling up with vegetable oil, or we will be. I think all of it went into here. So then we need another output for nature signs. So let's get another box here. It's kind of overkill, but that's all right. So the nature signs will go there. It'd be nice if we could connect those. I just don't feel like setting up a belt to do it. And I'm I'm looking forward to the logistics network of the robots being able to just sort of consolidate all of these signs and unicomp in the various things that it creates a lot of. Okay, so one more thing to do here, or two more things, and one of those is to find our another tank for lubricant. Get my pipes. Actually, I think I'm going to move these out of the way here and put the pipes down here. Okay. There we go. And so now we have lubricant. Yay. Not very much of it, but that'll accrue over time. Hopefully we'll have enough production to get that going. There's a lot of buffering going on right now until we get some more stuff, more corn and whatnot being produced. But if we do need to make more farms, we will. But in the meantime, let's zoom out here and look at how we're going to get this over there. I think if I just make a turn here, I can pipe this stuff over to the electric engines. And these Unicomp pipes are great. They have such a long range of underground. I think I can make it all the way over here. Yeah, I can. Okay. And we'll turn the corner and connect. And now we have electric engines. Yeah. Going into, let me see if I have any more of those provider chests. So let's get that going into a provider chest. And I'm going to run back up to my corn and fix up a couple more things. Let's copy this limit here. Okay. So hopefully we're making a couple of electric engines. Looks like they're being made. We don't have very much lube quite yet, but hopefully this process will take off. All right, what I wanted to do is I just wanted to replace these guys with the Yuoki inserters, which I have 12 of now. So let's do that. And this one doesn't really need a high. Everything else is fine. It's just those unloadings need to be fairly quick. So it looks like we're almost to our second harvest, and we got our system in place. I'm just looking this over here to see if maybe there's maybe a little bit better way. So let's see here. I don't have any lube in there now, so now would be the time to sort of to do this. If I'm going to, yeah, I think I can probably. I might be able to just do a system where, yeah, let's just do this here. Or actually, that needs to be a chemical plant. I kind of want to consolidate my my nature signs, so I'm not going to lose any resources if I do this now, but I will if I do it later. So let's go ahead and I think switch this over. I'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so I'm going to need a long-handed filter inserter real quick. And I have one. I'll just copy that over and then change this to lube. Let's pick this up and move it. I think this is going to be just a slightly better design, and I might as well do it now. Okay. So I need my tank. And where do I want my tank to go? I can do it anywhere I want. So, well, I'm thinking about that. Let me put some pipes here. Ah, no. I think I just, okay. Oh no, that's correct. But I don't want the vegetable oil to connect directly. I want it to go into the buffer. I almost connected it here. Let's see. So then beyond that, so we got the lube coming out. I think I just want to. Yeah, I guess here in line with in line with the other tank will be fine. Okay. So let's just do some underground so it'll be a little easier to walk through here. And I think, is that lined up? No, almost, not quite. So here we go. All right, so we had another corn harvest. We've pulled everything out here into the press. We've created vegetable oil, which has been turned into lube. And then now all the lube is being pulled out for engine production. Okay, so I'm probably running out of blue science. I need to get robots going pretty soon because I don't want to hand feed everything forever. But yeah, the system looks like it's going to be self-sustaining now. It doesn't have a super huge throughput right now, but hopefully we'll have to keep an eye on that to see if that's enough for electric engine productions. But I can clearly see that the lube isn't making it down the line, so I'm wondering if I'm going to need to make more farms and how that would look here. One other thing too is, like, once I do get those speed modules and stuff, I could speed things up a bit. Let me take a quick look here. I'm running a little late on time here, but okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll take a look at the speed modules and stuff another time. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, and thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Catch you later.